All right, so what we have here is a couple of new rods and reels that I'm going to take out. Those two right there are bait casters, but they're left-hand retrieve. They're Abu Garcia. I think they're Black Max. Those are ugly stick intercoastals, both that one and that one, and then those are Berkeley or Field and Stream rods that those two Black Maxes are on. They're strung with two different types of fine and like a 6-pound and a 12-pound. One is a mono and one's a fluorocarbon. And then of course we've got the heavier stuff back there, and some of them that are freshwater, like the Eagle Fenwick Eagles, and there's a, I don't know if you can see all that crap back there, but there's the two fly rods, and there's the more offshore, heavier reels and shorter 6-foot, heavy duty with rollers and stuff like that rods. And then of course back there, just kind of stacked up, that one right there is a 2-piece 15-foot heaver. There's a couple of old school heavers. I think they're 11 and a 13-footer, but there's some 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s, 13 foot for beach fishing or surf fishing. And of course, we can't surf fish, so those are useless because, they close the beaches down and the boat ramps, which, stupid as hell. So, and then here shortly, the Turons will be here, so you can't be out there anyways. So this is a new deal for me. This has got, I think this is a 15-pound braid or 20-pound braid, something like that on it. Those over there are left-hand retrieve. Now, I don't know if you can see it right there. I had a kind of an injury where I had to have a row of bones taken out of my hand, out of my wrist, so I don't have a lot of flexibility there, and sometimes my fingers and my hand do what they want, sometimes they don't, or what I want them to. So I would cast with my right hand in a death grip, or throw it in the water. I think in another video I showed you where I tossed one of those bait casters and rods into the estuary and lost it for several weeks. This one is a Vengeance Abu Garcia Vengeance rod. This is a 7'6" medium heavy, and this has just got a little light jig on it, and I'm going to try it now, this one, with a right hand retrieve, because I'm right hand dominant, but I believe I'm more accustomed to casting left-handed. So I'm gonna, I don't know, we'll see. This is kind of a new whole thought process, maybe a little better placement accuracy, and that'll turn into some possible better results. Who knows? There's that one. And these two here, which of course doing one-handed, I'm going to wind up breaking a tip and then using all kinds of foul language. This one here, I really, believe it or not, I really like this. This is a older Shimano 6'6" it's kind of it's a nice rod and reel. It's got a Shimano FX 4000 reel on it. It's a rear drag and front. It's got the casting lever on it, and it is spooled up with I think this is like 20 or 15 pound monofilament, and I'm just going to bring it out just as an additional rod. It'll be the odd man out with the foam grips, and I really like this rod a lot. I think it was part of a horse trade I did that I actually got screwed hard on, but hey, you know, you live and you learn the hard way. But these are the other two rods that I just purchased. These are Ugly Stik Inshore Selects with the cork handle. They're 7'6", I believe. Yeah, they're 7'6". And it's a medium action. And this one has got a Penn Pursuit III with 3000, and it's got 15 pound spider wire braid with 20 pound top shot of fluorocarbon. And a kid that just seems to be pretty successful catching fishies using yellow gulp and a red jig head. It looks like that gulp is all dried out and useless, so that ought to be great to try to get that off of there. Yeah, gulp. So anyways, kid over in Buford is on a kayak, is constantly just wenching in redfish. So that's my attempt now to change up the settings, or my rod selection that I bring with me. This is an identical setup, except for it has 20 pound spider wire braid on it, and of course the 20 pound fluorocarbon top shot. I believe what the original intent was is that this one was going to go straight braid to jigs or top waters and stuff like that. It didn't turn out that way. I went ahead and put a top shot of fluorocarbon on there, and it's got this speckled shad, 4-inch shad, a lot of action in the tail. So it may or may not stay in that configuration. We'll see. I'm also bringing some bait, frozen cut bait, minnow and squid. And you know, I was tempted to go ahead and bring the old Lowrance unit out with me, but I don't know. Oh look, there's the nerd with his reading glasses on right there. So anyways, I was thinking about bringing that and I decided not to. I was thinking about bringing my fishing crate. It's got all the stuff in there, and then that one right there is for soft plastics, and that one right there is for all the top waters and big lures. I decided not to bring all that. I'm just gonna bring those three, one of the flambeau with the rust inhibitor with the locking and sealing deal, and that's the walker that's set up. You've seen in the video with the outriggers, and I seriously considered putting the outriggers on, bringing those with me, and those are those right there stacked up beside the car. But I don't know, I'm just not feeling it today, so I may or may not append to this to see what the results were, but I wanted to show you. To me, these are a new series. I hadn't seen these two before, and they just kind of appeared on Penn's website, and I said, hey. And then I just happened to be at the Walmart in Hilton Head, and saw the rods there. And I was like, you know what, that's kind of cool. I like them. They don't have the clear tip on them like the other ones do, which is different. I'm not saying it's bad or good, I'm just saying it's different right there. As the Inshore Select, or those are Inshore Selects, and these are the Intercoastals, and they both have the ugly stick tips on them. See, even the fly rods have got the ugly stick on it. So anyways, that's that. And if anything good happens, I'll be sure to update this. Thanks. Bye.